What is up, everybody? It's Cobes here, and today I am back with another Fortnite video. Before we get started, I just wanted to say how appreciative I am of all of my viewers. Anyone who subscribed to me, I appreciate you guys so much. You've been killing it recently with the support, and I love all of you guys. So I just wanted to say that before we get started with this video. Let's try to get this one to 500 likes. Make sure to turn on your notifications if you don't want to miss a video of mine. But regardless of that, guys, thank you, all of you, so much for watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Let's get into this bracket, guys. Someone sent this to me. His name is Sam P. I'm pretty sure. Sam B. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but thank you so much for making me this bracket. I do appreciate it. For our last bracket, I will link that in the description if you guys want to check that out. If you missed it and you want to check it out and watch it, go watch that one before you watch this one. That one was based on the skins. I think that was a little bit more fun than this one may be, but I'm still going to do it for the pickaxes, and I love doing these brackets. So if you guys want to see any other sort of brackets, maybe with back bling, I could definitely do that. Tell me if you want to see that, because I can definitely make it. But I don't know all the names for these pickaxes, so if I don't say the names correctly, do not get too pissed off. I knew most of them for the skins, but there's just so many different items in Fortnite. It's hard for me to remember all of them. I do remember every single epic pickaxe though, and most of the other ones. This guy did make a pretty interesting bracket. He put all of the epics on the right, and then most of the rares and uncommon pickaxes on the left. He didn't put every single pickaxe in the game on this list, but that's totally fine. I think he got all the epic ones. If he missed any, please leave a comment telling me which ones he missed. But I think these are all some of the best. So on our left side, we're going to start at the top left and then go over to the right once we're done with the whole left side. So on the top left, we have the you shouldn't have. I have this pickaxe. It was the first one I ever have bought, and I really shouldn't have bought this one. And then we have the lucky pickaxe, which I gave this a little bit more special treatment just because it's rare. I think you could only get it from season 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the lucky pickaxe is moving on to the next round. Now we have the tactical spade versus the Spec Tree. Honestly, I love the Spec Tree. It's an all black pickaxe and it looks really nice with a lot of different skins. So I'm having that one move on to the next round against the lucky pickaxe. Now we have Spiky versus Close Shave. You guys will probably see a pattern with these pickaxe picks. I'm very tired. I have not slept today because, you know what? I waited all night and the servers still aren't out. So I decided to make this video. So yeah, I made this a couple days ago. But we have the Close Shave versus the Spiky, and I had to give it to the Close Shave. I do like the more simplistic pickaxes, and if they look good, then they really look good to me. Some of the more simple ones don't look super good to me, but I don't know what it is necessarily. I like the ones that look like pickaxes. That's why I gave it to the Close Shave, even though I think that looks very similar to the original pickaxe. Next, we have the Icebreaker versus the Cliffhanger. If you guys didn't know, the Cliffhanger is one of my favorite pickaxes in this game. I've said it's my favorite. I've said that before. I love this pickaxe so much. It's the best one I have personally. So that is moving on to the next round. Now we have the Reaper versus the Bat Sickle. The Reaper is one of those pickaxes I wish I would have gotten in Season 2, but if you didn't get it during the Halloween event in Season 2, I don't think it's ever going to come back to Fortnite. So I have to put the Reaper onto the next round, just for the looks alone. Not even counting the rarity of it, I really think the looks look amazing. I love having a scythe in this game, or at least I love seeing the scythe in this game, even though I don't have it. Now we have the Empire Axe versus the Tat Axe. The Tat Axe was the inspiration to the Empire Axe, but I still think I like the Empire Axe a little bit more, even though I don't like these pickaxes too much. So the Empire Axe is moving on to the next round. Now we have the Plunger versus the Toothpick. The Toothpick is a great pickaxe. I have both of these, but the Plunger is one of my favorites. It's one of those pickaxes that looks so clean, and I love pulling it out and using it whenever I can. I just pull it out mid-game when I'm in battles. just to look at that fucking thing. It looks so beautiful, guys. Now we have the Spectral Axe versus the Ski Boot. The Ski Boot, you know, it's a pickaxe I have. I really do like it. It's kind of odd. The Spectral Axe does change colors, but I would still have to give it to the Ski Boot on this one. Even though the Spectral Axe would have moved on a little bit further into this, maybe it could have gone 2 or 3 rounds if it was up against something a little bit worse, maybe the Tat Axe or something like that. Now we're moving on to the right side with most of these epic pickaxes. I can't remember that top right pickaxe name, but we have the bottom feeder versus some kind of other pickaxe that I don't really care for. So the bottom feeder is moving on. Now we have Death Valley versus Chomp Jr. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Chomp Jr. I like the Death Valley a little bit more. The Death Valley is a pretty badass looking pickaxe, and it came out a long time ago and I really fell in love with it when it first came out. It's been in the shop quite a bit, but I still really enjoy this pickaxe. I would say I'm gonna buy this pickaxe when it comes to the shop next, but if the bottom feeder came out, well, we'll have to get into that now. Now we have the Disco Brawl versus the Party Animal. I feel like the Party Animal has to move on to the next round. The Disco Brawl is a pretty cool looking pickaxe, but there's something about the noises the Party Animal makes, and just having a huge slurp juice or chug jug on top of your pickaxe. I know the chug jug wasn't out when this came out, but still, it kind of looks like a chug jug, just, you know, in a different form, I guess. Now we have the Pick Squeak versus the Rainbow Smash. The Pick Squeak easily loses to the Rainbow Smash. The Pick Squeak is probably my least favorite epic pickaxe inside this game, so Rainbow Smash, you're moving on easily. Now we have the Pink Flamingo versus the Dragon Axe. See, this is kind of why I don't necessarily think this bracket is the way it should be. I feel like the better pickaxes should go against the worst pickaxes, and if I like the worst pickaxes a little bit more, like, I'm not talking about how they look, I'm talking about more like their rarity. But I guess this list is alright because the winner's gonna win regardless of what it's going up against. If the number 1 seed faces the number 2 seed in, let's just say, a basketball game, the better team's going to win, and they're going to win it all. It doesn't matter who they face first, really. But I have to give this one to the Pink Flamingo. I think it's a really good looking pickaxe. Now we have the Carrot Stick versus the Pot of Gold. Personally, I don't like the Carrot Stick too much. The Pot of Gold is one of the best looking pickaxes in this game. If you don't have it, it's basically, if you run, you're basically dropping coins as you're running with this pickaxe. There's a rainbow holding the pot of gold on this pickaxe, and there's a lucky charm in the middle. Is that a 3-leaf clover or is it a 4-leaf? I can't see it from this distance, but I have this pickaxe. I just got it, and it's amazing. Now we have the Trusting Number 2 versus another Season 3 Battle Pass pickaxe. I can't remember that name. Oh, Sawtooth. Sawtooth versus Trusting Number 2. The Trusting Number 2 easily wins this one. I really love that pickaxe. Now we have the Eva, or is it Ava? Eva? I'm pretty sure it's Eva. Versus the AC/DC. The AC/DC, even though it makes so much noise and people say it's been, you know, the noise has been reduced, I still think it's way too loud. The AC/DC is moving on for its cool ass design though. Now we're moving back over to the left side, and then we'll move back over to the right side. We have the Lucky Pickaxe versus the Spec Tree. The Spec Tree is just a little bit too cool looking, even though the Lucky Pickaxe is kind of rare, and it did get those rarity points in the first round, but I'm not going to give it to it in the second round just because I think it's super basic. Now we have the Close Shave versus the Cliffhanger. Close Shave is a great pickaxe. I'm sorry to do it to you, Close Shave, but Cliffhanger is one of my favorites, so it has to move on to the next round. Now it's Reaper versus Empire Axe, and you guys already know the Reaper, I praised it in the first round. The Empire Axe, I said, it's okay. I mean, it's not one of my favorites by far. I would even say it's probably in like the top 10 least favorites. So the Reaper, you're moving on to the next round. Now we got the Plunger versus the Ski Boot. Again, I love some pickaxes way more than others. And the Ski Boot is a good pickaxe, but the Plunger, for some reason, I love it so much. It looks so smooth and crisp. The Plunger is moving on to the next round. Now we're moving on to the right side. We have the Bottom Feeder versus Death Valley. This one was very tough for me. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with this, but I think Death Valley is a great pickaxe, but the Bottom Feeder, there's something about just having an anchor on your pickaxe that looks so badass. I've seen this in gameplays so many times. I love this pickaxe. It looks so heavy duty. It's moving on to the next round. Now we have the Party Animal versus the Rainbow Smash. If these two pickaxes were like on the opposite sides of each other, they'd probably move on a lot further than they did going against each other, because only one can move on. But the Rainbow Smash takes it on this one. I think they both look pretty cool. Like, I think they have the same kind of rating on looks, but I think since the Rainbow Smash is more rare and has only been in the shop a couple times, I have to give it that special rarity treatment and move it on to the next round. Now we have the Pink Flamingo versus the Pot o' Gold. These are two pickaxes that I'm in love with, but I'm sorry to do it to you. I really am. I really am. But the Pot o' Gold is moving on to the next round. That's one of the best pickaxes in the game. Now we got the trusty number 2 versus the AC/DC. These are the two best pickaxes inside of the battle passes in Season 2 and Season 3. They're going up against each other, and you know what I had to do? Trusty number 2. You got the victory. You got the dub on this one. You're going on. I want everyone to leave me your lists with a picture. If you guys can make this list, I will leave a link in the description for this list. And then send me a screenshot of your completed list in the comment section or on Twitter. Regardless, I'll like your comment. Whoever does it first will get pinned. So if you guys want your comment pinned, then send me a link with a picture of your completed list, because I am interested. Maybe it's completely different than mine. I don't know. I think some of these pickaxes, like the trusty number 2, I think the Rainbow Smash, for most people's lists, are going to move on to this final 8. The Reaper is another one I think would move on to the final 8. But I don't know about these other ones. I could definitely see Chomp Jr. moving on a little bit further than it did on my list. But let's go. Spec Tree versus Cliffhanger. This one's an interesting one. This one wasn't very tough though for me. The Cliffhanger easily defeats the Spec Tree. The Cliffhanger is a small pickaxe and it's so deadly, it's so edgy. I love this look, guys. I really do. Let's move on to the Reaper versus the Plunger. This is a tough one for me, guys. This one was super tough. The Reaper, it has that rarity aspect, you know? It's super rare. It's what I'm looking for in a pickaxe. I want to be like the Grim Reaper. Who doesn't? I'm sorry for that background noise. Someone's subscribing, so thank you, whoever that was. Then we have the Plunger, which is one of my favorite pickaxes I own. I had to give it to the Reaper on this one, guys. The Reaper is just too badass. It's so good looking. I love it. Now moving on to the Bottom Feeder versus Rainbow Smash. This one was another tough one. All these were really tough, guys. They really were. Except for the Cliffhanger and Spec Tree. I think the Cliffhanger easily won that one, and it should have, even on anyone's list. The Spec Tree is just a little bit too big. But the Bottom Feeder versus Rainbow Smash. Rainbow Smash is moving on to the next spot. I love the colors. I wanted some more colors on this list, so I gave it to Rainbow Smash, even though I think Bottom Feeder is a great pickaxe. Now we have the Pot o' Gold versus trusty number 2. This was another tough decision for me, but Pot o' Gold is moving on easily to the next round. It was tough, guys, but there's something about Pot o' Gold that I don't know if it's touchable. So now we have the Cliffhanger versus the Reaper. This one was the toughest decision throughout this list, because the Cliffhanger, I've said, is my favorite pickaxe in this game. But the Reaper, the rarity of it definitely gives it a little boost, but I didn't want to give it too big of a boost. And the way it looks, if you've seen it in gameplay, you've probably wanted to use this thing. The people who have it use it all the time because it's one of the best pickaxes in the game. The Reaper is not moving on to the... Nah, I'm lying. The Reaper is moving on to the championship, guys. Now we have the Rainbow Smash versus the Pot of Gold. I'm sorry to do it to you, Cliffhanger, but I love ya. I love that pickaxe so much, but I can't have him move on against the Reaper. So Rainbow Smash versus Pot of Gold. This one was another tough one. Not as tough as the Reaper and Cliffhanger, but the Pot of Gold is moving on to the final round versus the Reaper. So everyone, do you guys agree with this list so far? Do you totally disagree? Ah, man, the comments section, it's gonna be a shitstorm, but I love that. I do appreciate all you guys anyways. Even if you leave shitty comments telling me I'm a fucking idiot and this list is horrible. It's okay, I understand. That's probably what I'll do for other people's lists anyways. But we have the Pot of Gold versus the Reaper. So the strong points for the Reaper, it's very simple and it's very rare. It's super smooth. I think the simplicity of this pickaxe gives it just a boost up over most pickaxes. I really do. It looks super simple, but there's something about it that I just want. I want this pickaxe, and there's not many other pickaxes that really resemble this pickaxe. But same thing with the Pot of Gold. There's a rainbow with a pot of gold floating on your pickaxe. It's very colorful. These two pickaxes are very different. So I didn't really know how to give one the advantage over the other. But I ended up just kind of flipping a coin. I really didn't do that, but we have an obvious winner, guys. If you guys haven't seen this in gameplay, definitely go check it out. I've had some gameplays on my channel with it, or I will at least. I don't know, maybe later today, later a couple days ago, when this video is actually recorded. But Pot of Gold is victorious on this one, guys. I had to give it to the Pot of Gold. I really did. I think it's the best pickaxe inside this game. It was just recently in the shop and I just got it, but that's not why I think it looks like so cool. When I first saw this pickaxe, I was like, holy shit, I need to get this when it's in the store again. It's a must buy. If you're gonna buy a pickaxe, get this one. It's not very costly. I can't remember how much it was. Was it 800 or 1200? Either way, it's like 15, 10 bucks for it. I think it's totally worth it if you want a pickaxe that you're gonna use all the time. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, tell me how wrong I was for this list. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.